All right. Hello, accountability buddies. This is episode 70 of Less is More Healthy, and I am at the Cummings Center on a little bit of a bike ride today. I woke up, yesterday I went to work and I did some more silk screening with the kids. We churned out 72 t-shirts, plus some with a double offset sort of shadow print, plus some that said staff around it, and then some with a little special shoulder logo. In my opinion, really cool stuff. Kids did great work. Doing that kind of stuff is always fun with the kids. But it's also, silk screening is way more physical than you think it is. And I was doing the heat pressing, and that's a lot of like throwing the t-shirts onto the heat press and then pulling this big lever, clicking it into place, and then lifting that back up. I woke up pretty sore today. It was a solid 8-hour effort of work, and every minute of it on my feet and just moving around, doing all this physical stuff. So pretty sore. I did like 12,000 steps yesterday without doing any exercise type walk. And I woke up this morning and the bike still wasn't ready. I had to run out to one of the local bike shops, which is a smaller sort of local chain, and pick up a new quick link for the chain for this bike. And I'm not sure how I feel about this derailleur. I might have to pick up another derailleur. We'll see what happens. The 3x drivetrain is not working well with this particular derailleur system. So there are spots where it's too tight, and there are spots where it's not tight enough. So that's kind of a big deal in the world of shifting. It means I've dropped my chain a couple of times. I also I routed the chain wrong the first time. I had to undo some screws and whatnot. I did fix the front end on the bike, so this the shifting is no longer squirrely. I put new grips on it. They're okay. I'm not stoked about it. They're a little squishy, but they're lock-on, and they're better than the grips that were on it. I have not put the new handlebar on it yet, because I'm not sure if I'm sticking with the shifter and derailleur setup or not. I am thinking about doing another bike. So if I do get that bike it's like a hour and a half drive away, if I do get that, if it's still around next paycheck, I will be picking that up. But this is number 70, and as I said previously, I'm going to do an update on my health on the 10s. So every multiple of 10, I will be updating. And all right, so let's talk about type 2 diabetes and where I'm at. Things have started to stabilize with the higher dosage of the medication that I'm on. My stomach feels better. There's always a bit of a couple of weeks where my stomach wasn't so happy with the Ribelsis, and this time going from the 7 milligram to the 14, I had a longer episode of it not being great. So now my stomach's starting to feel a little better. I haven't lost a tremendous amount of weight, but there have been some changes. One of the things that I've noticed that as a change is, so first off, I've lost a little bit of the weight that was sort of like forming a double chin. I still have a double chin, and some bloating or fat on my neck. And I had some, what is called, it's a darkening of the skin. And it changes the surface texture of the skin on my neck. I had like these spots. It forms, this thing is called acanthosis nigricans. I'm not sure what it is. So Acanthus nigricans. And it's just a darkening of the skin. It forms in like where you've got folds and whatnot. And it just that darkens and looks a little like has a slightly different texture to it. And that has gone away almost completely on my neck where I had it. So that's a huge positive. Really, I've got a couple of other spots of it. And those appear to be lessening in their darkness and in the change in texture. So that is a huge positive for me. I'm happy about that. And I've always said that the weight loss is a secondary change. I'm more interested in feeling strong and healthy. I am definitely feeling healthier, both physically and mentally. I'm able to ride the bike for longer. The recovery time is lessening. So every time I ride the bike, it takes less time to recover. And the same for other exercises. So all that's a positive change, positive change. All that's good. Blood sugars are much more stabilized than they have been leading up to this. And yeah, so everything's just more positive. Everything's more stable. Weight is I'm not losing weight fast, which is, again, like I've said, just a sort of a secondary thing that's going on. So I thought maybe I should talk a little bit about weight. So when I was diagnosed with prediabetes, it was right after I left a really toxic, hellish job. My peak weight, this was back 10 years ago with prediabetes, and I weighed 230 pounds, which on a 5'2" frame is a lot. And at that point, they put me on medication that made me really sick. I never wanted to eat, and I dropped like 40 pounds within 6 months. I felt horrible for those 6 months. The full year that I was on metformin, I felt terrible. But in addition to changing my eating habits, I also started walking a lot. I was in grad school. I was walking from Porter Square in Cambridge to Harvard Square in Cambridge and to the other side of campus, back and forth across that several times a week. So that the added exercise, the change in diet made a huge difference. But yeah, 40 pounds in a very short period of time did not feel good. So this time my peak weight was 220. And that was about a year ago. And I am now around 195 pounds. So, losing another 30 pounds, but over the course of a year has felt much more comfortable. I don't feel sick all the time. It's 30 pounds is nothing to sneeze at, which is also why a lot of my clothing just isn't fitting. And I've probably lost the majority of that the last 20 pounds in the last 4 months, 4 months, because of the added exercise that I'm adding in. And I'm sure that, riding the bike is going to make much more of a difference over time. So, and also it's making me feel better. I just generally feel better with this whole thing, than I did in the past. So all those are great things, and just generally feeling better about all this stuff, and just my body feels better. I will say that yesterday when I was doing the silk screening, my ankle was really unhappy with me. It's something that I haven't had much of a problem with throughout all of this, the walking and then the riding of my bike. Those are all pretty low impact to my ankle and my knees. And I will say that yesterday when I was working with the kids, my ankles and feet were really, really unhappy with me. And I woke up this morning, and the ankle that I damaged back in, it was 1998. It was the year I graduated from college. So 1998, when I messed up my ankle really bad. This morning, my ankle was screaming at me, and I've had a couple of instances after I've been on my feet for hours on end doing work that my ankle has just been super unhappy with me. So I'm really taking it easy today on the bike. I'm not planning on doing an excessively long ride. I'm just sort of doing a shakedown run of all of the new equipment that I put on the bike. So the grips are okay. The pedals, I put a new pair of pedals, the same sort that I had on, because my wife wanted similar pedals on her bike, and the blue works with her frame better. So moving those pedals over to her bike will make her happy, and I got yellow pedals to match my bike. But the other side of it is that now I don't have the golden gear on here, so that's fun. And yeah, I also moved my Charge Spoon saddle over to this bike, and it's actually quite a bit more comfortable than I expected. It's really form-fitting to my behind. I also picked up another pair of bike shorts. Hit Walmart because I saw when I bought my new helmet that they're also selling unisex bike shorts. So normally bike shorts are sold gendered, so you get male or female. These are just sold as a unisex. There are men on the labeling, but it doesn't say that these are men's or women's. They're sold in small mediums, medium large, large extra large. I picked up a small medium. They fit pretty well. They don't quite fit into the nooks and crannies, the folds, as I like on my other ones. But these bike shorts, you can just wear them. They're dark enough that you don't see through them, whereas my other bike shorts, you can see right through them. They're quite thin, but they are designed to wick moisture away from the body. And these Ozark Trail bike shorts seem to be doing okay. And at $25, they are on the cheaper end for bike shorts. So I'm digging that. And yeah, so I am really liking these shorts. They also have a little rubberized leg thing, so they're not going to inch up or slide down, and I really like that. So I will be sporting these for a while, I think. And my wife was mortified that I was talking about like rinsing out my bike shorts and wearing them again on the way home or the next day when I was planning on riding to work. So yeah, I'm just kind of like getting some miles in. I'm going to ride around my city and all that fun stuff. So that's a bit of a check-in on the type 2 diabetes, my health, and how I'm feeling, and also how the bike is doing. And like I said, I think I might need to look into a better or different derailleur. This Sensa, I think, really can only do a 1x setup, because it just doesn't have the spring capabilities that I think I really need it to, for a 3x setup. So I'm gonna look at some other 10-speed derailleurs. I might have to look at a road derailleur for it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. For now, I'm just gonna go put some miles on it. I do like the gearing, though. The gearing with this new 42 tooth cassette is pretty darn good. It feels pretty good right in that middle cog on the front, and it's got some decent speed, so I'm not complaining about that. I'm just complaining about the shifting. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. As always, I appreciate it, and it helps me feel motivated. Seeing the views and the likes and the subscriptions is always great. And as always, thank you. And if you feel like sharing one of my videos with someone you think might enjoy it, someone who might benefit or feel like might motivate them for their health, share this on your social media. I appreciate it. And I, as always, will see you next time.